Yo. All right, the mic's working. I don't know what to really say. Supposed to have a new offensive coordinator, but I think, per usual, fans are already unhappy. They don't like it. Wasn't the best. I don't know. They didn't get Tom Landry, I guess. So Steeler fans are upset. I heard Mark Madden's little clip take on all the shit. Pretty much said it's a bland, safe hire. The dude, what did he say? He's not going to innovate. He's not going to innovate. Who's innovating right now? I don't understand. Like it's just such a I think it's just such a narrative that these companies push. Like Sean McVay or Kyle Shanahan are so innovative. They're not. They're not. They run a West Coast fucking offense. There's not one thing innovative about it. It's literally they copy cat other great people and learned and were schooled under great people in those systems. That's all it is. Are they good play callers? Yeah. Do they have a skill? Do they make call? But it's the West Coast offense. You got to have talent. It's pretty simple, especially if you have the players to execute it, like a Debo Samuels. That could just literally, like, he's just one of those. He's shifty. He's a perfect type of receiver. It's just boom, you get him over the middle, boop, makes the linebacker miss, and then when he's in open field, man, it's just ridiculous. Same with CMC. He's ridiculous in the open field. There's probably not a better open field runner in the league than CM them two put together combined. They're probably going to win a goddamn Super Bowl too. Sadly, I don't even want to root for the Chiefs, but the Chiefs are going to win it too, or not win it, but they're in it. I don't want them to win it, but they're in it. So I guess I got to root for them over the goddamn Niners. But I don't know. Steelers want to run the ball. Arthur Smith is good at running the ball. So how can we innovate? We can innovate. I can innovate right now. I could come up. Why don't we bring in Derrick Henry and we'll bring in the wild card with the what are they? The Wildcat. That's not even innovative. That's just copycat. And I'm copycatting a Wildcat right now. But we'll play the Wildcat right now. We'll have three running backs. We won't even fuck a quarterback, bro. And fuck Ryan Tannehill. We'll just bring in Derrick Henry on a $10 million 1 year deal and have him, Jalen Warren, and Najee Harris just boom. We'll have the three-headed monster in the backfield, and that's just all we'll do. We won't have a fucking quarterback. We'll just run a wildcat. We won't throw the ball all season. And I will still win 10, 11 games, Mark Madden. How about that? How about that? Because that's basically what happened this year is we didn't even have a quarterback to throw the ball. So, I mean, the Steelers want to try to establish the run. They want to play defense, and they want to establish a run. That's what they want to do. That's coming from the top down, bro. I'm telling you. He's like, this is Tomlin. What Tomlin wants to do. This is what the whole organization has been doing. Your idol, Chuck Noll. That's how the franchises was built and is known for is the defense. The steel curtain. What do you win? All of a sudden, it's we got to score fast, score fast, score fast. That's how you win in today's league. Well, look at the Bills. They score fast, and Josh Allen turns the ball over. The Chiefs weren't fucking killing it this year offensively. Their defense actually stepped up, and now they're in the Super Bowl. They beat the Bills, they beat the Ravens, and now they're in the Super Bowl. And you don't think the San Francisco 49ers defense is a fucking elite, bro? Their defense is insane. Insane. So what Kyle Shanahan's doing is what's so innovative about it. We'd be the if we did some shit like that with the Wildcat and bringing the run game back and actually winning with the run game. We would be innovative. And you can't turn the ball over in today's league. Man's like, oh, they're playing scared. Oh, they're going to score fast. Bro, turnovers are the reason we lost the Bills game. Turnovers are pretty much the reason we won all our games and the reason we lost our games. That's pretty it boils down to. That's really what the game boils down to is turnovers. Yeah, you got to have an offense and you got to be able to move the ball down the field or whatever a little bit. And way better than what Kenny Pickett was doing. But that has nothing to do with the OC. It has nothing to do with nothing. And that's even what he's saying. Oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who you bring in as offensive coordinator. They're still gonna suck. They're still gonna suck. Well, because they got Kenny at quarterback. You know, I know that's going to be the big link. I have their names in the titles. That's going to be the big link. Ryan Tannehill, he's a free agent. Derrick Henry, he's a free agent. Arthur Smith used to be the offensive coordinator. I don't even know. I'm thinking though, probably. I bet you, because he was the head coach of Atlanta for like 3 years. When did Derrick Henry rush for 2K? He might have been the OC when Derrick Henry rushed for 2K. We haven't seen that in like a long. Well, I guess we have Chris AP, but still, man, like that's ridiculous. Not too many running backs have ran for 2,000 yards in a season. And Derrick Henry did it. He's like, we don't have Derrick Henry, Mark Madden. No, we don't have Derrick Henry, but we have Najee Harris. Is he Derrick Henry? No, and we have Jalen Warren. We have 2,000-yard backs. So it's not like there's not talent on this roster. There is talent on this roster. Honestly, a lot of talent. And this dude has been a head coach in the league. I mean, everybody's getting down on the hire. I'm going to try to at least be positive. I mean, because everybody's talking shit on the hire. We haven't even seen this dude take one snap. Like he was with an Atlanta and led Atlanta to what, 3-7-10 seasons, which is not good. But Atlanta sucks. Their whole organization sucks. That organization has never won a Super Bowl in their existence, I don't think. Atlanta sports is like cursed, I swear. The Braves can't get it done. None of them can get it done. The Hawks, forget about it. They suck. So, I don't know. And, I mean, was the Titans' offense great? No. But you got to play to what you got on your roster at the end of the day. That's what you got to do. They took a risk with Kenny, and Kenny is obviously not panning out or hasn't panned out yet. Does that mean it's over? No. Look how long it took for Baker Mayfield to really turn around and be good. Geno Smith too. Geno Smith was a journeyman from team to team to team to team to team, and then found his way on Seattle, balled out, and got a major contract. So you never know. Tannehill wasn't great in Miami. He went to Tennessee. He was all right for Tennessee. He was all right in Miami for a couple years. So maybe Tannehill's willing to play on the cheap. Wants to come into Pittsburgh, a team with a great defense, a good run game. He could be that game manager that he is. Get us maybe I could see him throwing 4,000 yards. I think he has thrown for 4,000 yards in a season. Kenny Pickett hasn't even come close to that, even sniffed it. Mason's never thrown for 4,000 yards in a season. So I was even going to do a poll, like who would you rather bring in? Would you rather bring in like a Ryan Tannehill for 20 million, or would you rather bring in Mason for 10, or even like Ryan Tannehill? I don't know how much Ryan Tannehill will cost. I'd say somewhere between like 20. I think maybe 20, 25 is like highballing for Tannehill, honestly. So I think Baker might get like 30. He's younger, had a good season, so he has like more upside, and he's a better value signing, I'd say, for a team. Especially if a team wants to sign a quarterback for like a 3-4 year window, that this is our guy for the next 3-4 years. We trust you to be average to above average quarterback for the next 3 years. Baker's probably your guy. But we could get Tannehill on like a 1 year cheap prove it deal, maybe an incentive based contract. We get him on an incentive based contract. I was talking about get Mason on an incentive based contract. Shit, get his ass on an incentive based contract. So where if he goes out there and throws for 4,000 yards, then we pay him 30 million if he does. But his base would be like 20 or something, 15. But if he gets 4,000 yards, when we give him fucking 30 million, who cares? Because everybody's going to want Mason. They're going to be like, oh, Tannehill sucks. I don't want Tannehill sucks. Tannehill, he's never got it done. Mason's never got it done. Has he had the opportunity to really show it? No, but I mean, he had an opportunity to beat Josh Allen in the Bills in the playoffs, and he didn't. So there's one opportunity squandered. Squandered pretty much. I mean, you throw a big interception on the goal line. We shouldn't have threw the ball there, but that was a big interception on the fucking goal line at the end of the day for the Steelers. So, I go live on the right channel. But, I mean, with this offensive coordinator and Tannehill's ran that offense, too. So basically, we'd have a quarterback who pretty much already knows how to run the offense. You just plug him right in there with all this talent around us because this team has talent. I don't care what nobody says. George Pickens led the fucking league. They're talking shit. I seen an article. That's the worst possible hire for George Pickens because I guess dude wants to run the ball. If we run the ball and we establish the run, that's going to actually give George Pickens exactly what he wants. He's going to get that one-on-one coverage. He's going to have players stacking the box. And this year, the way defenses were stacking the box, Kenny should have been smart. The offensive coordinator should have been smart, recognized that, and sets up easy passes for him to get it out quick, bam, 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 blitz busting type passes. Because teams stack the box on us and run blitz the Steelers a lot, and they dare us to pass. So that's kind of really what you want for Kenny Pickett, honestly. A guy that's going to make the game easy for him, a coordinator that's not going to put the whole ball in his hands. And we can expect Kenny to really be, even in his third year, as a first round pick. But we should be able to expect 3,500 to 4,000 yards. That's what you want. You want him to be that game manager type like Ryan Tannehill, and then maybe hopefully eventually keep getting better and better and better and better, progressing. I would say he probably regressed instead of progressed this year. He regressed. And that's not good. And we have talent. And he regressed. So everybody's talking about Lamar Jackson right now. Oh, there's no excuses for Lamar Jackson. There's no excuses for There ain't no excuses for fucking Kenny Pickett neither. I don't give a fuck, bro. There ain't no excuses, dude. It's second year, third year. You have all this talent around you. You got a new offensive fucking coordinator. You got everything at your disposal now. You pretty much got outdueled by Mason, the dude that was literally cast out by the entire franchise and entire fan base for a cult fucking hick from Alabama that did duck calls. All right? Like, he was not good. And he was good the last 3 games of the season against trash defenses. And I'm not going to say the Ravens are a trash defense, but they didn't have Roquan Smith in the game and multiple starters or Lamar Jackson, who won MVP this year. So that's a whole different team that we were playing. So he looked good. And he looked all right in the playoffs. I think he would have did better than Kenny, but Kenny may not have turned it over because he plays it super, super safe. Too safe. And I like the fact that he doesn't turn it over. He broke Ben's record, most consecutive completions without a turnover. So that's that's about the only good thing you can take out of Kenny Pickett's game, in my opinion. He's been bad. And for somebody drafted that high in the first round, I mean, you got high expectations. And will Tannehill get us to the Super Bowl? I don't know. Probably not. So is he worth even signing? Most people would say no. But what are you going to bring Mason back for fucking probably close? Maybe not as much, but I'd say close. And you're getting a guy that's done it and been there and has done it way more than Mason and has proven that he could throw for 4,000 yards in a season. He's had some talent in Tennessee. But I'd say defensively, the Titans are nowhere near as good as the Steelers defensively. So if you have a game manager like that type of quarterback like Tannehill and a defense forcing turnovers left and fucking right and setting him up like they were setting Kenny Pickett up all year, I think with Tannehill, he'll capitalize on that shit. He's not going to not capitalize on that shit. He's too good and has been there, done that too many times. Not to not cap with George Pickens, Deontay Johnson, Pat Freiermuth, Washington, that offensive line, Najee Warren at his disposal. He's not going to not capitalize on those situations. And then we start scoring off turnovers and actually producing long sustained drives, like probably with this. I mean, he's a running. They keep talking about he wants to sustain drives. He wants to run the ball. I like this type of coordinator. This is the type of coordinator we need. We need someone to come in here and sustain drives, keep our defense off the field, keep our defense fresh, keep our defense healthy for the long run. So when we're in the playoffs, TJ Watt's not hurt, Minka's limping, and all our inside linebackers are out. Like, we can't have that. And there's no team that's going to overcome that shit, bro. None. Especially when you got a bomb at quarterback in Mason or shit. God forbid Kenny Pickett if he regresses even more. He can't regress anymore. He can't. That's the thing. The sky's the limit right now for Kenny Pickett. We're playing on house money pretty much because he can't get any. He literally, I guess it can. You Mitchell Trubisky, but damn, it was bad for Kenny. It's like I seen some stat that was ridiculous. I posted it on my community thing. I have to find it, but it was bad. Like, he's some of the worst, worst. And that's like, it's not even one season. It's like a season and a half of just straight trash. In his first season, he played less games and was, I think, more productive in terms of touchdowns. I think definitely. That scrub only threw 6 touchdowns this season. 6. I said it before. I said Ben threw fucking 5 in a game before. 3 times. And Kenny, for a whole season, only threw 6 on 4 interceptions. Shit, I'd rather him throw 25 touchdowns and 20 interceptions than 6 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. I mean, god damn, bro. We're doing nothing. He's doing nothing. Not even picking up first downs. So with Arthur Smith, I think we have an offensive coordinator that's like, it's methodical. He understands that, especially running the ball, you only need 3.5 yards per play every time, as a unit, as a collective. All you need is 3.5 yards a play, and you get a first down every time. And if you don't turn it over and you get 3.5 yards every play, boom, 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 play by play, you would score a touchdown every time, essentially, analytically. That's all you need. So if you average 5, 6, 7, 8 yards a clip, and then Warren starts off breaking big gains, and Najee starts running bitches over, and then the defense has to respect that. Then you have Tannehill, who just goes 1, 2, 3 right in his drop, knows exactly what the defense is doing, is just a vet in the game, is so keen and great at reading defenses. And then somebody's going to be open. Freiermuth, Deontay, Pickens. That's what Kenny Pickett can't do. He can't do that right, at least right now, the second season. He cannot stand in the pocket. He can't step up in the pocket. He doesn't really know how to go through his progressions, doesn't know where he's going with the ball, scared, got happy feet. That's not Tannehill. Tannehill is not that. He's the exact opposite of Kenny Pickett. That's what we want out of Kenny Pickett, and we can't even get that out of Kenny Pickett, really. Someone to just hit your open receiver in stride, bro, because we're running the ball dominantly and we're playing defense dominantly. We have one of the best kickers in the fucking league. Our punter sucks. That needs a change. But, damn, we got to have more on offense. 2,000 whatever yards and 6 touchdowns is not getting it done. And not even in college, bro. The fuck out of here with that bullshit. And you play 10 games in college, shit. You play 18 in the NFL now. They're not 17. Not 16 anymore. 17. And he's just playing like ass, bro. So I think that's what you want. Like, man, it's like it's a safe hire. It's a consistent hire. It's what Mike Tomlin wants. It's probably best for Kenny Pickett. Somehow, like, he's criticizing that, bro. How are we going to compete with Joe Burrow? Well, you need to have Joe Burrow to win. You need to have Lamar Jackson to win. They have never won shit, all right? Same fat fuck is saying Zach Taylor is the goddamn better than fucking Mike Tomlin. Okay. All right. Whatever. Last in the division. Here have Burrow. Here have Joe Burrow. Give a shit. We didn't have Ben Roethlisberger. We still had a winning season with the fucking this with Ben. I guess they still had a winning season. I don't even know what was they like 8-9. What was their final record? 9-8. Missed the playoffs. You got Jamar Chase. You got Tyler Boyd. You got T. Higgins. You got Joe Mixon. Come on, man. So obviously you need some defense too. Obviously you need a team. It's a team. It's a team. It's a team. It's a team. So we got to do what's best for the team and the talent that we have and the pieces that we have in the puzzle that we're building. Everybody's trying to build this perfect puzzle together. All right. All 30 fucking 2 teams in the league are trying to put a perfect puzzle together. And who was really out there outside of Arthur Most? Like, who was the fucking perfect offensive Matt LaFleur, who's never won a Super Bowl, Shanahan, who might win a Super Bowl, but still's never won a Super Bowl, McVay's only won one, all right, and they pretty much bought that damn goddamn Super Bowl with Stafford and Odell and Von Miller and all these dudes off the street. So everybody says Tom didn't build his own team. Well, their front office just went out there and basically essentially just paid for the whole damn Super Bowl. So why is he such a genius? And he runs a copycat ass offense, the West Coast offense. It was started with San Francisco and Bill Walsh. And Shanahan is basically there's another super duper guru genius who's basically running that same copycat offense that started with that same team in the Super Bowl right now. And if people, Brett Favre used to, a lot of that tree went to Green Bay too. And a lot of them West Coast teams, they've been running a West Coast offense. LaFleur runs a West Coast offense. McCarthy runs a West Coast offense. The coaches before, I think, who was it? Holmgren runs a West Coast offense, bro. Randy Reed runs a West Coast offense, bro. John Gruden runs a West Coast offense, bro. So many coaches in the league run a West Coast offense. Back in the day, dude, Don Capers invented the 3-4 defense, all right? And Don Capers went to the Green Bay as coordinator with the 3-4 defense and the West Coast offense and won a Super Bowl as defensive coordinator, all right? There's a lot of teams. The Cardinals a lot of teams try to copycat the 3-4, but we invented that shit, all right? Don Capers, basically. So people copycat in the league all the time. There's nothing innovative about this shit. It didn't. Oh, he's not an innovative head coach. He's not an innovative young coordinator. Dude's 41 years old, man. He's young as fuck for a coach. You got goddamn Bill Parcells' fossil ass out there. I remember Joe, bro, shitting his pants on the side, shitting his depends on the sideline, and having to go off and change his depends and come back out and get shit done. All right, he didn't play. All right, Joe put it. Give a fuck. All right, depends and all. He's out there. And it's fucking. It got it done. All right. This is ridiculous, bro. We'll see what he can do. I mean, hell, that's successful for Atlanta. 3, 7, and 10 seasons in a row. Think about it. It's Atlanta. That's good. Mo. They did have Matt Ryan for a while. They had a little bit of hope there for a little bit, but never came true. But I don't know, man. No matter what the Steelers do, that's what I'm saying. He'll be critical. And well, I was right. They didn't win a Super Bowl. I was right. They didn't win a Super Bowl this year. I was fucking right the whole time. I said they were going to be the worst team in the league and all this other bullshit. But now that they didn't win the Super Bowl, everything I said is true. So I like the fact that we're trying to run the ball, honestly. And like I said, we're playing on house money. So Kenny starts to come along. Like everybody in the fan base thought, Kenny's the new Brady. He's the next Dan Marino. He's going to be the next quick can't pass on the pit product, Kenny Pickett. He's going to be the next goddamn Dan Marino. So if Kenny becomes Dan Marino like we all thought, all right, next year, it's a wrap. I don't even want Dan Marino. Give me fucking goddamn Ryan Tannehill. Shit, give me Ryan Tannehill. We have Ryan Tannehill, bro. I'm telling you. Maybe that's what I'm saying. That's why they're going to be linking them all off season until he signs somewhere. They done already been linking Derrick Henry to the Steelers. Before this, before we even signed this dude, they've been linking Derrick Henry to possibly seen reports and people putting out this bullshit speculation that we somehow might not pick up Naj's option and bring in Derrick Henry. Who knows? I mean, shit. If Naj is making like 7 and you could get Derrick Henry for 10, who would you rather have? Derrick Henry for 10 or Naj for 7? I don't know. Derrick Henry's getting pretty old. He's been beat up, but I don't know. Derrick Henry's a different animal, bro. He's like 200 and Naj is huge too, which is crazy. He's huge. Derrick Henry's bigger though. Who knows? Might even be fucking faster. I don't even know. I never seen a bad back. He's just so Derrick Henry is the best back in the league, I think. Some people might say CMC, but to me, I want a running back to run the ball. I'm old school, I guess. I want a running back to run the ball. I want my quarterback to throw the ball, and I want my receiver to catch the ball. That's what I want. And I would say there's not a better pure runner of the football than Derrick Henry. Yes, CMC can make some explosive plays happen, especially in the receiving game. Which I mean, Marshall Faulk. If I would have any other back beside, I would rather have a Jerome Bettis, a fucking Steven Jackson, a big bruiser motherfucker. But I mean, Marshall Faulk, same with CMC. They're like the total opposite, but they're perfect. They're just the opposite of their speed and their agility. They're just so the quickest. Great open field runners. And once you get them into open field, magic can happen. But that's going to be, like I said, the philosophy of the Steelers offense, I think. And if you can move the ball, that's all you need is 3.5 yards of play. Boom, boom, boom. First down every time. And that's not even a lot of yards. 3.5, 3.5, 3.5. That would be 10 and what? 10.5 yards? 10 yards? That's all you need. And eventually the defense is going to start playing shit up. Now, is it worth going out there to sign Tannehill for $20 million? Or were the Steelers going to have faith that Kenny's going to be able to make those throws when the defense starts stacking the box? And we're going to bring this offensive coordinator in there to probably help him, give him more checks at the line, freedom. I don't know, just help develop Kenny better. I don't know. Bring in a better quarterback coach, and just easy plays that are basically set up from the run. That makes passing the ball way easier. I think he'll just bring better concepts to the offense too, probably. I don't think Canada was just bland. No really concept to what they were doing. Just thought we're gonna come in here and we're gonna run Naj up the middle every time, and it's gonna work. It didn't work, bud. So hopefully Kenny Pickett will progress. I mean, they talked about bringing in competition. So I don't know how much is Tannehill really worth. I'm not an agent. How much is he really worth? I can't see any more of him getting any more than 25 million. That's like the highest possible that I can maybe see, especially now in today's league because it's just ridiculous how much some of these quarterbacks get paid. So that comes to the question. I'm probably going to put a couple polls. Would you rather have like Tannehill for 25 or Mason for 15? Like, what do you think you're going to get better value with? Tannehill is a starter and an established starter in the league. Kenny and Mason are not. So realistically, he should. I mean, definitely get more than either of them. And you never done nothing. Neither is Lamar Jackson. Neither is Joe Burrow. Neither is well, he's Josh Allen. So I honestly think they believe. Honestly, they might not come out and say it, but they believe that they can get like top 15 quarterback play out of Kenny Pickett. And really, a lot of the shit with Kenny is just, I mean, that's stuff that just comes to you as a quarterback the more you play and the more you learn and the more you study film and the more you work at your craft. Just being able to step up in the pocket, slide to the left, slide to the right a little bit. Just little things, little things to extend the play, but not try to fucking be a hero. Like he tries to be a hero too much and fucks the whole drives up. Sometimes you just gotta learn how to take a sack too. You're not gonna be Ben. You're not gonna be Russell Wilson. You're not going to be Josh Allen. You're not going to be any of these guys that can do like you're not a dual threat in the NFL. You're not. He's just not. He's too small. I don't want to see him doing anything. Getting breaking his neck, getting hurt. Fuck that. I don't want my quarterback to run the ball. So the last thing I want is my quarterback to run the fucking ball. Unless it's absolutely fucking necessary. You see an easy 5 or 6 and you can just slide and take it and go to the next play. Like what Ben did was just unbelievable. It's just like you don't train it, you don't teach it, you just have it. And but Kenny doesn't have it like that, man. He just don't. So you got to be a quarterback, and you can win with a quarterback. He can make checks at the line. He should be better at Ben at doing that. He should be in the film room every day. He needs to be the not the fuck. He needs to be the smartest motherfucker in the room. Is what he needs to be, and he's not. I don't know if Ben was the smartest motherfucker in the room, but he was definitely the cockiest motherfucker in the room. All right. So it's either one or the other if you're the quarterback, really. You're the smartest or you're the cockiest. All right. It's if you want it, really. Like Brett Favre was like the cockiest motherfucker in the room. All right. He was. Tom Brady was the smartest dude in the room. Peyton Manning's the smartest dude in the room. Joe Burrow's the smartest dude in the room. Lamar Jackson's the cockiest dude in the room. All right. Lamar Jackson just got it. And you got to bring that swag to the field too. Like Ben would bring that swag to the field. Like he would run the ball, stiff arm some big ass motherfucker, throw a motherfucker off him, and then just get in your face and be like, "What's up, bitch? What now?" And it's that's you need that. So you need that. Like that's why like I kind of like Pickens. You need that honestly, and that gets in their mind, gets them all fucked up. It's like, look what I did. You can't do dick about it, bitch. Haha. And point and laugh. Like Josh Allen, he's cocky. He's a motherfucker. You hear him, he runs his mouth. Hey, you talking about him on NFL Network. He's a shit talker. Joe Burrow's different. They were saying how Joe Burrow's different. Yeah, I forget who they was asking. But they're different. Joe Burrow's smart as hell. And it's cool as a fucking cucumber, too. And there's just not too many Joe Burrows. Like, you're just not going to have a Joe Burrow every year. And the Steelers are never going to be able to draft it. Like, we're too good. Just don't really need it from Lamar wasn't a first round pick. So Kenny can develop. Will we ever be as good as Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow? No, no, no. Probably not. But he's got to play to at least a league standard, and he's not right now. Like Tannehill plays at a league standard. Baker played to a league standard this year. There's really not that many great quarterbacks in the league today, I would say. Outside of Mahomes, Josh Allen never got it done. Burrow never got it done. Lamar never got it done. Dak never got it done. Kirk Cousins never got it done. Derek Carr never got it done. And these are guys that are getting old too, that are going to be away from the league. So Kenny, 4-3. This is year 3, 4, 5. And once all these guys are really old and washed, like Tannehill, Cousins, a lot of these old washed scrubs that really never got it done, he'll be in the prime of his game, hopefully, and completely ready, honed up to the speed of the game. Quarterbacks are like a wine. So I don't think the Steelers are ready to give up on Kenny. And I don't even know if there's really. We'd have to go out there and get Kirk Cousins. It would give us the best chance. Tannehill, I don't know. What's better? That's got to be the poll. What's better money? Like Tannehill, like really, Tannehill on 25 or Mason on 15? Like, is Tannehill really worth the money? Is he going to change the franchise? He'll help the franchise. Will we change it and take us to that next level? I don't know. Shit, we just go with Kenny. Don't even sign Mason. Just bring Babitsky back as backup quarterback and then draft the guy in like the 4th or 5th round. Fuck that. We don't have to spend no money on a quarterback. And then whatever money we do have left, say that $25 million that we were going to spend on Tannehill, we get a corner. We'll be better off that way. Get a corner and or an inside linebacker or shit for $25 million. You probably could get a good inside linebacker and a good offensive lineman. Boom, for $25 million, just split it between the two of them. Would they be better that way? And could they win one more game this year or next year than they did this year? Get a little bit of a better playoff position, possibly win a division, but I'd say at least get a better wild card position in a more favorable matchup, hopefully, like a Cleveland or a Baltimore, and win a playoff game. And like I've been saying, run the ball. Same shit will be that next year. Hopefully, we're not playing in the dome. It's gonna be cold in January. I predict it'll be cold in January next year too. So that's my prediction. And I predict we're going to be better at running the ball, especially with this new offensive coordinator and the additions we do go for within the offseason. I predict possibly 2,000-yard rushers. How about that? Is that crazy to say that we have 2,000-yard rushers? I mean, we basically essentially had it this year. Warren had like 9 and change, and Naj was over 1,000. So you get one shit. That Mims from Georgia, that tackle, if he drops to us, they said we was talking to this dude out of Oregon, one of the best centers in the fucking nation, too. Dude looks big as fuck. They say he's a mauler. We get that bitch on this team. Maybe we get him, score him in the second round, and luck out and get him in the second round. And then we get Amarius Mims in the first. Oh, man. Talk about an O-line that can just straight maul boys. Oh. And then Kenny becomes a mediocre quarterback. That's all we need. That's literally, we need Kenny to be a mediocre quarterback, bro. And we could go, if it doesn't turn it over. He already doesn't turn it over. Now he just needs to become have mediocre stats, like 20 touchdowns and 3,500 yards. Like I said, he should have had this year, but he didn't. So, shit, we get 37, 38. Like, it's a lot of these quarterbacks, like I was looking, there's not too many dudes that even throw for 4,000 yards this year. I don't know, man. There's not too many great quarterbacks in the league. Not when I feel when I was growing up, it was just better. Rivers, Ben, Eli, Peyton, Brady, Breeze. There ain't no Drew Breeses, I don't think. There ain't no Tom Brady. Well, Mahomes is the one. Lamar's really not a great quarterback. He's really not. He can't get it done. Look, he can never get it done. And will he ever get it done? Will Lamar ever get it done? Will he? I don't know, man. I thought this was their year. I ain't gonna lie. I predicted the Ravens beat the Chiefs. Ain't gonna lie. I think, or as a team, I believe in team football. As a team on paper, they're better than the Chiefs. But Mahomes is a better quarterback. So Lamar just couldn't get it done. I don't know. Can't get it done in prime time. He can't really get it done against the Steelers too. So hopefully we can pull their bitch out. That would be great. They win the division again, whatever. We get in on a wild card again, beat their asses in the playoffs. Hopefully they don't pull the number one this year. And they have to play in the first round. And then we exit their fucking bitch asses. And really the Bills, I mean Josh Allen, he's good, but he's a turnover machine. And the Steelers just happened to turn the ball over in that game when we played the Bills. We don't turn the ball over in that game, I think it's a totally different game. That interception was terrible on Mason. And that George Pickens fumble shouldn't happen. Should not have happened. But it did. So I don't know. Steelers season slowed down. There ain't as much to talk about. I haven't been doing as much content, but we got our new OC already. This is where I might have to start talking about basketball or something because I'm so close to being monetized. I might just start talking about hoop or some shit. College basketball. I mean, I should do depends, but I can't get into hockey. I played hockey, but Pirates signed a Aroldis Chapman. It's crazy to me. They'll hype it up. And they'll end up trading Bendor, and it's just like, what? Well, he was just a guy. I want to trade his ass too. Watch. Yeah, I'd rather trade him. Than Bendor, but I guess I'm gonna go out on a limb. So I like to hurry. Everything Madden criticized it for being safe and blah blah blah. I think that's exactly what you need. And to the people that don't like it, I don't know, who would you rather have? Leftwich, Haley? I don't know, who would you rather have? I guess that dude from LA. But LA's not been good. So what? So no, it's better than Atlanta. Atlanta might be better. And LA probably has way more talent. Somebody from Shanahan's staff, okay. That would be great. But what are they going to bring? A West Coast offense? Like I've been saying, it's just a copycat. It's just really, it's on who runs it. And really, you got the talent to execute it. And the 49ers have probably the perfect, most best talent you could have to execute that type of offense. I mean, Brock Purdy's got a little bit of mobility. He's accurate. He can come off the play action, just quick, easy slants over the middle. And then you got Debo, who can make guys miss in the open field as a beast. And CMC's easy dump offs. And Kittle, I mean, come on. He's probably one of the best tight ends, shit, in the league. May ever. I don't know. In the league, definitely. Kelsey than him. Some people might say him than Kelsey. And Ayuk's pretty damn good too. I'm sure they got other running backs besides goddamn CMC. You can even throw Debo back there running back. Shit. So yeah, I guess it's innovative. You have a running back play uh, receiver and a receiver play running back, but it's not like it hasn't been done before. Reggie Bush could play receiver. Shit. I used to do that on Madden all the time. I'd put Reggie Bush out as a receiver. He just happened to be a great receiving back. I mean, what happens if one of those dudes go down for them? Kittle. I mean, and they got a good ass offensive line too, 49ers. And their defense is great. So they have all the pieces to the puzzle together. They really got no excuses to lose this game. Neither does Shanahan. I'd say the 49ers have to be favored by at least 3.5. At least. If not more. I seen an article today. I want to talk about this too, real quick, for the hour. I'll get this in too. And this is like, I guess, a hot take because they're talking about us trading for AJ Brown, Deontay in a second for AJ Brown. And to me, I think AJ Brown's a better receiver. Yeah. But for this offense, I'd say Deontay's a better receiver. And for our quarterback, for what we're trying to do, we need Deontay. And I don't even really like Deontay Johnson, but he's better in open field. He can make plays in open field. He's more of a, I don't know, either intermediate route running type of receiver. AJ Brown is, I mean, I guess he can go over the middle and shit, but he's like a deep threat, jump ball. We got our deep ball, jump ball guy. So them two bring balance. They balance each other out. I think they're good. We have talent on this offense, so there ain't no excuses for the Steelers next year and Mike Tomlin next year, really. To not be back in the playoffs, to not have 10, 11 wins, compete for the division, and really, the Chiefs. I mean, and the Chiefs, if they do win the Super Bowl, even if they don't win the Super Bowl, they've been doing so good. There's probably there's contracts are going to be up, and they're going to get a lot of money. They're not going to be with the Chiefs next year, so everything's different. Steelers have salary cap, a young offense. They are trending in the right direction. So, and I've been saying, and I think 10 wins should be easy next year for the Steelers. I think it should be cake for the Steelers next year. I think Cleveland was going to take a step back. I don't know if Cincy's going to be able to recover. Baltimore will be good, like they're always good, and win 11, 12 games, maybe 13 again. The Bills will be back. Miami, we'll see what they do. That's a tough. I mean, and we'll see what the Patriots do. They're probably going to suck. The Jets will have Aaron Rodgers fully healthy all year, so they'll be getting so much goddamn hype in the offseason. The Chargers got a new coach, so the Chargers are going to be getting a ton of hype. And Chiefs. And who else? The Broncos. They're going to be trying to go in a new direction with Sean Payton, so I would never really count out the Broncos in that division. As crazy as that is to say, with the Chiefs and everybody in there, I don't know. I think they're the best organization in that division. The Chiefs are getting there to. I mean, the Raiders obviously was good back in the day, but they sucked for a while now. They're pretty much perennial bottom feeders. Perennial. Like the Browns. And the Texans, shit, the Texans ain't going to be no joke next year neither. They got that defense coming back. Stroud coming into his second year. Balling. Rookie of the year. He had to be rookie of the year. So they're going to be tough. I think Cleveland takes a step back. Some of the teams in our division, Cincy, I could see taking a step back too. They lost some talent. They're going to lose some talent in the offseason. They got to start working around this new big contract with Burrow. Even the Ravens might lose a little bit of talent, honestly, like Odell Beckham and some of the little flashy receivers, but they still got Zay. I think Zay was a good pick. And then who's that other receiver they got? Bateman. So they got some good. The Ravens will be good. But the thing about Lamar is he's not really a quarterback. And eventually, as much as, people are not going to like it, don't want to hear it. The truth of the fact of the matter is Lamar Jackson is going to end up getting broke. He's going to end up getting broke. And it might literally come by the hands of via Pittsburgh. Literally. So we just break him. once you take his knee out and he takes his ACL and that speed's gone and he can't run the ball no more, and they have him on that big ass contract, bro, the Ravens season could be done first week of the season next year. Let's just be real about it, dude. Because if Lamar goes down, they built their whole everything is tailor made for Lamar. So, and they got him probably on contract for the next 4 or 5 years, locked, crazy. Some of the most biggest money in the league. I think Joe Burrow's coming off a huge injury. So is he ever going to be the same? I don't know. And then they got Cleveland has that Deshaun Watson $66 million due next year. So